What if the financial system you were born into was designed in a way that made it almost impossible to build wealth without crossing a line you promised yourself you would never cross? As a Muslim, you have probably felt this: the pressure to grow your money, the pull of opportunities that seem normal to everyone around you, and then that quiet voice inside reminding you, this doesn't feel right. That tension is real, and it is not a weakness. It is actually the beginning of wisdom. Here is the reality most people do not talk about honestly. The modern financial world was not built with your values in mind. It was built on interest, on debt that grows over time, on systems where money earns money, not through real work, not through real trade, but simply by existing in the right account. And for you, as a Muslim, that creates a unique and painful situation, because you are trying to survive, build a future, take care of your family, inside a system where almost every mainstream financial product carries something forbidden. Banks pay interest, mortgages charge interest, credit cards run on interest. Even many retirement funds invest in industries that conflict with Islamic ethics. So what do? Do you accept the system? Do you reject wealth entirely? Or is there a third path, one that most Muslims are never shown clearly? The confusion this creates is enormous. Some Muslims avoid wealth completely, believing it is spiritually safer to stay poor. Others compromise quietly, telling themselves it is too difficult to do things differently. And a few, a growing few, are discovering that halal wealth is not only possible, it is deeply logical. Consider two Muslims, same background, same city, both want financial security. The first takes out an interest-based loan to invest quickly. He sees returns early, feels successful, and believes he has found the shortcut. But the debt grows, the pressure builds, and every time he thinks about what he has built, there is something hollow underneath it. The numbers look right, but something feels off. The second Muslim takes longer. She starts a small service business. She saves carefully. She enters a profit-sharing arrangement with a partner. She is patient through the slow years. 10 years later, her wealth is smaller on paper, but it is clean. It is hers, and when she thinks about it, she feels peace. The difference between them is not intelligence. It is not even discipline alone. It is understanding. The first Muslim misunderstood wealth. He thought it was about speed and size. The second understood something deeper, that how you earn is just as important as how much you earn. Islam does not ask you to be poor. This is one of the most misunderstood ideas in Muslim communities. The Quran speaks of wealth as a trust, an amana. That means you are not just an owner of your money, you are a steward of it. You are accountable for how it enters your life, how you grow it, and how it leaves. Halal income means earning through real value, through effort, skill, trade, service, creation. This is not a restriction. It is actually a description of the most honest and sustainable kind of wealth that exists. Riba, interest, is prohibited not only as a religious command, but because of the ethical reality behind it. Money should not grow simply by sitting. Wealth should reflect real human effort, real exchange, real contribution. When money earns money without any productive activity, it concentrates wealth in fewer and fewer hands. The prohibition of riba, in its essence, is a protection of economic fairness. Barakah, the blessing and increase that comes from Allah, is not magic. It is the natural result of building things with integrity. Businesses that solve real problems, services that help real people, trade that benefits both sides. So, as a Muslim seeking halal wealth today, what does that actually look like? It looks like building a business, a skill-based service, a product that solves a genuine problem, a partnership where profit and loss are shared honestly. It looks like trade, buying and selling goods with transparency,
real estate purchased without interest-based debt where possible, investment in halal-screened funds that avoid forbidden industries. So you need patience. Halal wealth is rarely fast. It usually grows slowly, then compounds over time. But it is stable in a way that rushed wealth rarely is. It also requires education. You cannot navigate a financial world you do not understand. Learning how money works, how debt works, how equity works, how business models work is not optional for a Muslim who wants to stay faithful and build wealth simultaneously. Here is the thought I want to leave you with. The modern world measures wealth in numbers, account balances, net worth, returns on investment. But as a Muslim, you carry a different definition, one that your tradition has held for over 1,400 years. Wealth is not what you accumulate, it is what you are trusted with. It is what you build with honesty. It is what you leave behind for others. The question is not just, how do I get more money? The real question, your question as a Muslim in this world, is how do I build something that I will be proud of, not just today, but on the day that every account is settled and every choice is counted? That answer changes everything.